Israel is the country of the unexpected. Impossible things seemingly become possible, and things you would never anticipate actually happen. Literally this week, walking down the road, somebody from our office, Daniel Cohen, pointed out that he walked past the Kosovo embassy. The embassy of a Muslim-majority country has been moved to Jerusalem. Only a year ago, who would have imagined that the Abraham Accords, Bahrain, the Emirates, Morocco, Sudan, normalized relationships, Pesach and Chanukah in the public square in the Emirates? Who could have ever imagined it? The truth is, everything about Israel and Jewish destiny is unexpected. Going back to Herzl, an assimilationist Western European Jew becoming the driver of the return in the modern era. I was with my family in a site called Nachal Tzafit, just 10 minutes from our home, the site that most archaeologists say is where Goliath was from. It's actually the ancient city of Gath, where Goliath of Gath. And in these very areas, the impossible young shepherd David somehow managed to overcome Goliath, which is today a relic of Gath. And look at what has happened with the progeny of David in Israel today. Everything about this country, unexpected, producing the most unusual results from the most unusual sources. And incredibly, the Talmud learns this from Pasuk in this week's Parasha, Shemini, which we read, of course, before Yom HaAtzmaut. Listen to this. In the list of non-kosher birds, which are all brought in this week's Parasha, there is one called the racham. And incredibly, the racham, some call it the gear eagle, whatever that is. The Talmud says that the racham, incredibly, is the bird which is the harbinger of the redemption. It's a symbol of the Mashiach. It's actually called the shakrak, the whistling bird. And we see the Talmud says in Masechet Chulin 63, it says the shakrak is the racham. Because what is the shakrak? Pasuk in Zechariah, Eshraka v'kaptzaim, I will whistle and bring you back, Zechariah says. The whistling is really the Mashiach, whistling, directing the Jewish people to come back. And this bird which whistles reminds us of the whistling of calling us back from Galut to Geula, to our redemption. How is it, says Rav Tzvi Yehuda Kook, that the non-kosher bird, the racham, explicitly mentioned in the Torah, will whistle like the Mashiach to call the Jewish people back? And he says, because you see, incredible things happen from the most unexpected sources. From a contaminated, impure bird will come the whistling sign of redemption, bringing people back. Everything about Jewish history, and especially about Israel, happens in an unexpected way. And the truth is, even the very description, 15 times in the Tanakh, of the land, a land flowing with milk and honey, Eretz Avat Chalav Udvash, points out Rav Tzvi Yehuda Kook, is a kosher product from a non-kosher source. Normally, non-kosher sources from Tameh comes things which are contaminated. Not in this case. The non-kosher bee produces the kosher, beautiful honey. The animal's udder, which is meat and blood, produces the milk and meat. Positive, kosher from non-kosher sources. So that's really what the land and Jewish history is all about. Somehow, the most unexpected sources produce the most incredible, hopeful future, because everything about this country is the unexpected becoming expected, and impossible dreams becoming possible realities. And wishing all of us a Shabbat Shalom and a HaAtzmaut Sameach as we celebrate the impossible, remarkable miracle of Israel today.